up? You have Angelique Hernandez coming at you not very live, but from the 200 Hudson office. I'm here with Anthony Esponda, my very good friend from Hypebeast, and we're just going to talk about media and culture and where that intersects, right? Hello, what's up?
What's up?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, my friend.
Thanks for having us.
I know. So look, Hypebeast. You guys are cultural curators across fashion, across music, sports. You're always have your pulse on the trend. And sometimes brands get a little sort of hesitant to play in those spaces, right? What is your recommendation for how brands should enter a space that maybe they're a little uncomfortable to enter in, but to play in that kind of space that is true to themselves, but also true to your audience?
Yeah, I think the best partnerships are when the brands really trust the publisher or the partner that they're working with.
Yeah.
You got to ask the right questions. I'd say it's always a challenge that we accept to take on a project or an initiative that, we need to work really closely and be cautious on how we navigate it together.
Yeah.
Being in this space, you just really want to be conscious of how you show up. And if brands are vulnerable enough to say hey, we need your help with that, those are when the good things really happen, because that's where we come into play and we can lend our expertise. So I'd say just advertisers just need to lean on us a little bit more and let us help you navigate that together.
Yeah, I don't know, a little bit of a hot topic, but when you guys, in terms of media impact, talking about brands playing in the space, but brands play in the space for impact on their brand and their business,
sure.
Right? When you guys are curating what you have on your website, what you're writing about, etc., do you think about the kind of media impact that your space can deliver to brands, even on a higher level or even macro? Do you have brands in mind? I know you guys have to maintain your editorial, or rather your journalistic integrity. But I wonder, do you think about sort of what the media impact of your space and how you can sort of perpetuate that?
I'd say, definitely for my team, that as one of the teams at the company, we have to think about that. But I think a lot of times, we just do what we feel is cool and right from a media standpoint. We cover topics that we organically think are cool. Not necessarily thinking of the media impact, but I think when we talk to brands, we understand the value that we bring on a global scale and how the landscape is changing. So I think it's really cool to see ourselves in that light, even though I don't really put the microscope on myself often. But it's cool to be this stuff does impact the general landscape of media, and we are seen as a leader in the social space and how to deliver content in a really cool and exciting way. I think when you're in the sauce, sometimes it's just kind of
sauce,
it just comes naturally. But these moments like this make me realize the role we play in the larger media landscape, and it's kind of special to see from a top level standpoint how that all plays in.
For sure. Now, we say culture a lot, right? Do you see any particular facets where brands are tapping into more than others? Is it music, fashion, sports? You guys have Hype Golf too. I know Hype Golf is growing big.
Music, fashion, and sports are probably the trifecta with pushing youth culture and just culture in general. But, you look towards fashion and music and the athletes to see what clothes they're rocking and what brands they're supporting. And I think those three facets are pushing culture, and those are three facets that Hypebeast covers and a lot of other publishers. But when it comes to street fashion and luxury, that's really our bread and butter. And, with Met Gala just this week, you can see how much of a cultural impact these things have on the general landscape. So
love that.
Yeah, we play in that fun area and wouldn't change it for the world.
Amazing. Well, thank you. Wait, one hot take really quick. Yankees or Mets?
Yankees all day, no doubt about it.
Yes, baby. You didn't let me down.
Let's
Thank
go.
you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.